Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, and San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the tickets. The war rhetoric is being ramped up. China is ready to fight till the end, in response to a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian spoke after U.S. tariffs on China were increased to 20%. Jian criticized the pretext of the fentanyl crisis for these tariffs and the U.S. Cold War era mentality. Lin Jian emphasized China's readiness to defend its interests and reject unilateralism, calling for equal dialogue and cooperation instead of confrontation. Really? Well, here's Pete Hegseth. And he's going to say he's ready for war with China. You think I'm kidding? But whatever you want to say about Pete, one thing's absolutely certain. The only thing certain is that uncertainty in this world. But the one certain thing is that Pete Hegseth goes to the same guy Gavin Newsom does for his hair.
You think? That's a heavy amount of Brill cream in that pompadour. That's not...
Let's watch what he says.
As the speech wrapped up last night, this was posted by the Chinese embassy. Quote, if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight till the end. As Secretary of Defense, how do you take that?
Well, we're prepared. Those who long for peace must prepare for war. That's why we're rebuilding our military. That's why we're reestablishing deterrence and the warrior ethos, is because we live in a dangerous world with powerful ascendant countries with very different ideologies. You mentioned defense spending. They're rapidly increasing their defense spending. Modern technology. They want to supplant the United States. If we want to deter war with the Chinese or others, we have to be strong. And that president understands peace comes through strength. He also has a great relationship with that gentleman right there, too, Xi Jinping. So where we can partner, where we can cooperate to recognize that we don't want war with China, we don't seek that war, we will. And the president has sought historic peace and historic opportunities. But my job as the Secretary of Defense is to make sure we're ready. We need the defense spending, the capabilities, the weapons, and the posture in the Indo-Pacific, which is something we're very much focusing on.
China is...
Yeah, and fighting for our right to have plastic rice from China is worth dying for. Anyway,
this is all like a this is all like an ad for where we're gonna start spending the money for our weapon systems and stuff. It's all pageant because that Chinese officials do that all the time. The same crap our officials do, where they go, "Well, we might have a war," and blah blah blah. This is to get the industry going.
Hegseth's threat
changing hands. Yeah,
his threat came after China declared late Tuesday that they were ready to clap back if the United States was bent on waging a trade or tariff war. Soon after Trump's initial 10% tariff on Chinese imports doubled to 20%. And here is this is that guy, Lin Jian, the Chinese diplomat and spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He says the United States should stop seeing China through its own hegemonic lens and viewing China-U.S. relations with an outdated Cold War mentality. The foreign minister spokesman said, dismissing U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's remarks about the U.S. preparedness for war. Any war, be it a tariff war, a trade war, a Cold War, or a hot war, must be fought.
Must not
be fought and cannot be won. So that's good. Just to let you know what's happening with the tariffs, U.S. President Donald Trump's 20% tariffs on Chinese imports have come into effect, alongside levies on Canada and Mexico. Both China and Canada have retaliated, deepening a global trade war. Wait a minute, how are we supposed to get all of our fake organic food at Whole Foods unless we get that from China?
Yeah.
And where is China supposed to get all the chemicals they use to make fake organic food unless they get them from America? It's like an O. Henry story. Here we go.
Just as President Donald Trump's 20% tariffs on all Chinese imports came into effect on Tuesday, Beijing announced a sweep of retaliatory measures. That includes its own 15% tariffs on some US goods, including chicken and wheat, and a 10% tariff on major agricultural products such as soybeans and sorghum. China is also adding 10 US firms to its so-called unreliable entity list, meaning they could face punitive measures, alleging they've participated in arms sales or worked on defense tech cooperation with Taiwan, and added another 15 firms to an export control list on national security grounds. China's Ministry of Finance blasted Trump's levies, saying they undermine the foundation of economic and trade cooperation between the two countries and increase the burden on US companies and consumers. Trump at the same time slapped tariffs on Canada and Mexico, but China's response was mild in comparison with Canada, which imposed counter tariffs on $107 billion of US goods. Mexico's previously signaled openness to imposing its own duties on Chinese imports to avoid levies from the US, sources previously told Bloomberg. In any case, more tariff hikes and retaliatory moves are likely in this new era of global trade warfare.
So that's what's going on. And I guess we have to wait and see how all this shakes out. Because I'm not smart enough to tell you how it's gonna. I don't think anybody is.
And this is based on fentanyl? Was the ostensible reason?
That's what they're saying. Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, and San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the tickets.